Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. This time we'll be making a pressure plate puzzle where you need to stand on an object for it to respond to you. And if you have both objects on a pressure plate, such as one item and one for the player, the gate opens. So let's make this. Alright, so before we start, it's important to know that I am using a previous tutorial setup, which is the physics objects, where you have this cube that you can pick up or you can push, which is a dependency for using these pressure plates. So if you don't have this set up, make sure to check in the description where I've linked the video for you to check out, and then you can follow this one. And if you have your own system that's in a similar way set up, you can also follow along and I'll explain what you need to change according. But let's start with the pressure plates first. And we're gonna make a new blueprint, and we're gonna do this in pressure puzzle. Right click, blueprint class, actor. I'm going to call this a BP plate. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to move it here. And then we're going to add a static mesh. I'm going to call this plate. We're going to add a cube. Just a normal cube works. And then the scale we're going to be set to 0.5, 0.5, and then 0.1. And then we're going to add a new component, which is a box collision. For the box collision, we're just going to scale so it fits nicely with the plate, and then you have a slight overlap, so when you push objects onto it, the plate moves down and you can push the plate or the object on it. So make sure it has a slight, sticks out slightly for the object, so you can easily push objects onto it like this. Then compile and save this. We're going to right click on the box, add event, add on component begin overlap. And also we're going to make a second one, which is on component and overlap, which is when we go off the plate. So we first want to check who's overlapping with it. And I do want to have one for my player and one for my object, since I have one cube in the game and I want the player to stand on the other one. So for this, we're going to do a branch. I'm going to drag out from condition and then name it B use player. So we know that this one is only for the player. And then we're going to make it instant editable and then false by default. When it's true, we want to check if our player character is overlapping with it. So you can either use get player character, or you can just directly cast to a character class, which is just your generic player class. So any character that's of this class will work. And then also I'm using this cube, which is a child of the interaction master. So for that, I'm just going to cast to my master class, which is BP underscore interaction master. Same works for this. So I'm going to drag off from our other actor and then into object. And then we can basically copy this whole logic for our end overlap as well, since it works the same way, but in reverse. And then we're going to add a timeline to it. So I'm going to search for timeline. I'm going to call this TL underscore move plate down. And the length will be 0.5. I'm going to add a float track. I'm going to call this Z axis. I'm going to start on 0 for time and value. And the other one, we're going to add a new curve float. Time will be 0.5 and value will be -10. Then we're going to scale to fit, select the other one as well. And then we're going to send to auto curve so it's nice and smooth. And then for our plate, we're going to do set relative location. And we're going to split the struct pin, copy plate again, get relative transform, so we can easily get our not promote to variable, split, and then also our location pin. So the X goes in X, Y and Y, and then Z goes in this Z here, since we're only moving on the Z axis. Move this up. And whenever it's finished, we're going to grab our plate again, search set material on finished, and then we're going to grab our green material. And for this, we're going to do play. And I also wanted to move down. So we're going to make a new timeline, which is TL plate move plate up, which is the same thing, but in reverse, basically. So we're going to add a float curve, z-axis. And for this, we're going to time is 0, value minus 10. And then the other one is 0.5, value 0. So it's in reverse what we previously did. Make sure it's an auto curve. And we can basically copy all this logic as well. On finished, this goes in the Z. And instead of green, we're going to use the white material for it. And we're going to do on play as well. I think what we can better do, which is a bit more cleaner, we can do a Boolean plate down. So whenever we actually move it down, so we can have it on true here, we say true, and this is false. We go in reverse, and then on here we're going to add a branch. We're going to check if it's up or down. And for this, we're going to select material, and then we're going to use a Boolean to check. So if it's true, we want it to be the green material. If it's false, we want it to be the white material. It dynamically sets it basically based on what we do, and we don't need to bool for this actually. So we can just have it directly like this. So whenever it's up, it's going to be, or down, it's going to be green. When it's false, meaning the plate is up, it will be white. And make sure it's defaulted on false, meaning the plate is up. And also we're going to set the default material to a white one. So now when we're going to try this, we're going to grab our plate, copy it over, make sure one is for the player and the left one is for the object. You can see this turns green, and when I move out of it, it's going to be white again, and it moves up. Same with this, it's going to be white. When I push it off, it's turning green, and this doesn't react to the player. But I do want this gate to open, so let's make this now. And the best way to do this is to use an interface, which is the most optimized way on using this. So we're going to make a new blueprint interface, BPI underscore physics puzzle. And then we're going to do on plate down. And then another one is for on plate up. Why there's two? Because the plate goes up and down. So let's say the player is on this one, the count goes up by 1, and when you go off, it doesn't set it back to 0. So let's open up our gate here. We're going to add our physics interface, which is BPI physics puzzle. I'm going to add both our interface calls here, and then plate on the top side and up on this one. And we're going to add two integers, which is current amount, and the other one is required amount. And then we're gonna, you can have instant editable for required amount, or you can hard code it in this way. I only need 2 since I have 2 plates, and the required amount is one that we handle in here. So when the plate goes down, we want to add our count. So we're going to do ++, increment int. And then when it's moving up, so reset it back, we're going to decrement this integer. And that's all we need to do for up. We just remove from the count. And when we move it up, we also instantly want to check if our current amount is greater or equal to our required amount, basically, because that adds 1 count on each one. So we want to check after each plate if it's above or similar to our required amount. So if this is true, we want to play from start, and we want to make our gate move up. And also we want to check on both sides that once we've completed it, we don't want the puzzle to react to anything anymore. So we make a new condition, and this is called B is completed. Make sure it's set to false by default, and then also on false with this. Then we can copy it over, and we're going to set this to false. So After we've completed it, which is on the true, we're going to set our boolean to true, meaning we have completed this puzzle. Make sure this is on 2. And also for our pressure plates, we want to have a reference that moves it up or down based on what we do. So we're going to make a little room here. I'm going to call on plate down. And then we're going to make a new actor reference, which is our gate. I'm going to make an actor reference. I'm going to make it instant editable so we can select it in the scene and add it here. Copy gate here. Move this out, on plate up. And then we're going to move this a little bit back. And we're going to reverse it. And then we're going to go back to the scene. And we're going to both select it. And we're going to add a little debugging so you can see what actually happens. So if I add a print string here, this removes the count. And this adds it. So that you can actually see what the puzzle is doing in real time. Make sure to compile and save these changes. And now when I go on top of it, it's going to be 1. And the gate is not doing anything. And I notice that this is not changing. So let's check why that's not doing it. Because it's not attached. Now it is. So it moves up, but the gate is not doing anything. And when I move down or away from it, it's going to go to 0. Same with this one. It's 1 here. The gate is not responding. If I push it off, it's going to be back to 0 again. And now it's 1. Now it's 2, and now the puzzle is completed. And you can see it still responds to this, but it's not changing anything. And this is basically all you need to do to have these types of fun puzzles. If you want to see more puzzles like this, or you have another puzzle request that you would like to see, do let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.